What's happening? So, we did the fork brace, and I'm doing this primarily to eliminate the wind shear we have out here. It's actually crazy calm today for some spooky reason. It's only about 10 miles an hour wind, but it's not uncommon for us to have wind, 50, 60 gusts, even higher. So one thing that has come up a lot is this. Not so much the fender, but the shape of it. It's got like this big pelican beak or a big spoonbill look to it, and it, from what I've researched and what other guys have shared with me, this thing is it acts like a wind catch. See how it does that? And I'm barely pushing. And this whole thing acts like a wind catch. And those up there on the handlebars, those are not actually bark busters. They're mainly just a look. So what we're going to do to try and combat some of this wind is I'm going to take the pelican beak off of this. You can buy a UFO fender, but I'm going to try this first because I just really don't have the extra money to spend right now. So I'm going to try trimming this fender first and see how it goes, and I'm going to drop those away. I will eventually get the bark buster bar for hand protection, but I'm not really going to be riding a forest, kind of forestry area for about 8-9 months. So I'm not. They will come, but first I'm going to try and get rid of this because I do ride every day, and I am having to constantly fight that wind. So first, stick around. Watch me screw my fender up. You ready? No? Yeah. So suck my toe. So you can kind of see kind of the idea that I want to go for. I don't want to just cut it straight off. This is just an even marker from both sides out. From the top corner back here, the fender to this point is 10.5 inches both sides. Ran one straight across so I know my equal points this way. I can't really tell if that whole thing is even. Got a little masking coming up right there. But that is why I like to doodle with 1/8 inch masking. It works great as far as this. So that's, well, let me start on an even number. So going down that ridge line is 1 1/4. Coming down this one is 1 1/4. So we're pretty well dead on right there with those angles. So and it was and this varies throughout here. This, you don't notice it, but this internal like flat spot gradually widens, so I had to remark a couple times and compensate. Fortunately, I'm not completely dumb. I used a black Sharpie, so only I know where that mark is, and it's only the size of a BB, so good to go. So I'm thinking that's probably where I'm going to run the cut line, is right along here. I do not know what to expect. I'm going to be doing this with a Dremel style tool. It's actually the Craftsman style, and I only have one cutting blade left. So either we get it right and we get through it on the first try, or I ride with no fender next week. Guess we'll see what happens. So let me get an extension cord and my little doodad on the thingamabobber and the whatchamajiggy, and I'll be ready and back with you. Oofy. Like I said, I don't have very many, or I may not have said it, I don't know. I've you know, oh, you don't know what goes on in the life of B. I did actually have somebody tell me once I should write a book, but I can't even sit down for 5 minutes. You want me to sit down and try to write a friggin' book? Are you serious? Yeah, probably not gonna happen. I'll take a little sanding wheel off for a minute. We'll probably revisit it to try and make it look not too bad when I'm done. But right now we need our little cutter frame. So I did notice I'm probably going to invest in a Dremel, because I noticed that Dremel, are you familiar with the DeWalt drive flip kit or flip drive, whatever? It's got that like an air hose socket release on it where you can pop out a screw bit and pop in a drill bit and pop it and without messing with chucks, and they've got that on the Dremel now. It's called Easy Fit or something, but it looks really cool. And they really didn't jack the price to add that to it, so it looks really cool. I may have to invest in one of those, because sometimes I just don't have very good luck. Okay, so I wanted to do the first inch or so, not on camera, so I wouldn't be embarrassed. But it's actually working fairly well. Seems to be pretty straight and smooth, so I'm gonna try and keep going. And we shall see. And I don't know if you noticed, but those people that know me the closest and dearest, see, that's almost putty now, know that I have a very mild form of shakies. So that does not make this task any easier, because I have the shakies. I'm sure if my supervisor Kayleen is watching this, she's probably got a bet going with her husband that I'm going to screw this up. She's not mean, she just likes to give me as hard a time as possible. She said it was in the fine print of my job description when I took it, but I've never found it. So, let's go a little further. Okay, as you just learned right there, one, you probably saw my shakes. Two, you can't push on this because it bobulates that fender, or whatever that word is, and can screw up the direction of your travel. So, let's just put this in high speed for you guys so you're not tortured.